I've been working with homeowners in tough situations for a very long time. Foreclosure, divorce, medical hardship, job loss, all of it. And I got into this work the hard way. In 2008, I lost my own home. I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I just lost my career in the mortgage business, and I had to start over completely. I drove limousines at night and learned to stress real estate during the day. And I made mistakes, not because I was careless, but because I didn't have the right information and nobody was there to give it to me. So I know this from both sides. And in all the years since, I've watched good people who've worked hard for their homes, make decisions that made their situation worse. The reason I did. Fear, missing information, no one in the room they could actually trust. That's what this video is about. The biggest mistakes, laid out clearly, so if you're in this situation right now, you can see the traps before you fall into them. Mistake number 1 is waiting too long to act. This is the biggest one, and it's one I see most often. When financial pressure starts, missed payments, a notice from the lender, medical bills that turn into 2 or 3, the instinct is to wait, to hope it resolves itself. To avoid the conversation because the conversation feels like you're admitting defeat. And I understand that instinct. I lived it. But here's what waiting actually does. It starts removing options. Every month you wait in a foreclosure situation, the clock advances. The legal process moves forward. Their fees start to pile up. The equity you have in your home, which is your biggest asset, maybe your only real asset, starts dwindling away by penalties, interest, and legal costs. And the window for alternatives narrows. A homeowner who calls me 6 months before a foreclosure sale has real options. A homeowner who calls me 3 weeks before the sale almost has none. Same house, completely different set of choices, just because of timing. If something is wrong, act now. Not next month, not after the holidays, now. Every day matters more than people realize. Mistake number 2 is taking the first offer without understanding what you're giving up. When you're in financial distress and someone shows up with a cash offer, it can feel like a lifeline. And sometimes it is. But sometimes it's the worst deal you've ever made, and you didn't know it because you were too stressed to read the fine print. Here's what I see happen. A homeowner gets a lowball offer, sometimes 60, 65 cents on the dollar, accepts it because they think they have no other choices, and moves out within 30 days. That homeowner lost tens of thousands of dollars and their home. Look, I'm not saying every cash buyer is predatory. I'm saying that when you're scared and under pressure, you are vulnerable to bad deals. And the people making these offers know it. So get more than one opinion. Understand what your house is actually worth. Know what you're signing before you sign it. And if someone is pressuring you to decide right now, today, before you talk to anyone else, that's a huge red flag. Mistake number 3 is assuming selling means moving. This one, close to home for me, because it's the exact assumption that sell and stay was built to challenge. Most homeowners in a tough spot think the only way to access the equity in their home is to sell and walk out the door. And that assumption leads them to either hold on too long because they can't face moving, or make a rushed exit that blows up their life. In 2008, I didn't know short sales existed. I was in the mortgage business and I still didn't know. That's how badly the information gap worked against people then. Today, there are more options, but the awareness problem is still the same. Most homeowners still don't know that a sell-leaseback exists, that you can sell the house, get the equity, and stay. Don't make a major financial decision based on assumption that isn't true. Selling does not have to mean moving. Mistake number 4, not talking to anyone because of the shame. This one is harder to talk about, but it's real and it keeps people from getting help. Look, financial hardship can carry shame in our culture. If you're behind on your mortgage, there's a voice that tells you you failed. You should have managed better, that you can't let anyone know. I felt that. After 2008, my best friend showed up with $367 worth of Costco groceries because I needed them. My mom gave me $1,000 for a deposit on a 2-bedroom condo for me and my 2 kids. And I bought a $200 suit and I drove limousines at night to keep the lights on. I know exactly what that shame feels like. And I know it has nothing to do with who you are as a person. The situation that brings people to my door are not failures. Medical bills don't care how responsible you are. Divorce happens to great people, and job loss can hit anyone. The homeowners I respect most are the ones who make the call, who say, I don't know what my options are, but I need to find out. That takes courage. That's not weakness. Whatever your situation, there's someone who can help you. The mistake is staying silent until it's too late. Mistake number 5 is trying to fix it alone with the wrong information. Look, some homeowners do reach out, but only to people in their immediate circle. A friend who went through something similar years ago, a family member who means well, but doesn't know the current landscape. Real estate law, foreclosure timeline, leaseback structure, these all change. Arizona has specific rules. The market conditions right now are different from what they were 2 years ago. You need current, accurate information for somebody who actually works in this space. Bad information, even well-intentioned bad information, can cost you real money and real time. Be careful about where your advice is coming from. Mistake number 6 is letting urgency override your judgment. Look, when you're in financial crisis, everything feels urgent, and some of it is. Timing does matter. But urgency can also be manufactured. A buyer who tells you the offer expires tomorrow, a lender representative who implies you have fewer options than you actually do. Here's a rule I've seen hold up for a long time. Legitimate solutions don't require you to decide right now before you talk to anyone. If you feel pressured into a corner before you've had a chance to ask a single question, pump the brakes. Yes, time matters, but there's a difference between appropriate urgency and manufactured pressure. Learn to recognize that difference. It may be the most valuable thing that you take from this video. 6 mistakes: waiting too long, taking the first offer without understanding it, assuming selling means moving, staying silent out of shame and relying on bad information, or letting pressure override your judgment. If you recognize yourself in any of these, that's okay. Recognition is the first step, right? What matters now is what you do next. If you want to talk through your situation, I'm here. There's no pressure, there's no pitch, just a real conversation about where you're actually at and what your true options really are. You can reach us at sell-leaseback.com or call at 480-993-0242. You built something when you bought that home. Let's see if we can help you protect it.